What's the darkest manipulation tactic you've ever uncovered? My younger brother Jake moved in with his girlfriend Amy after dating for 8 months. I helped him pack his stuff and he seemed excited about starting this new chapter with her. The first weird thing happened 3 weeks later when I stopped by unannounced with his mail. Amy answered looking annoyed that I hadn't texted first. She said Jake was sleeping because he had a bad migraine. It was 2 p.m. on a Saturday. Jake never got migraines in his life. When I texted him later, he said he'd been getting headaches lately, maybe stress from his new job. At Mom's birthday dinner in May, Jake showed up looking exhausted, dark circles under his eyes, barely touched his food. When I asked if he was okay, Amy jumped in before he could answer. He's been working so hard lately. I keep telling him to rest more. Jake just nodded and pushed his potatoes around. Mom suggested seeing a doctor. Amy pulled out her phone and showed us this detailed spreadsheet. Dates, times, symptoms, severity ratings. She'd been tracking everything. It seemed caring, but also strange. Over the next 2 months, Jake started canceling plans. Too tired for lunch. Headache too bad for the family barbecue. Amy sent regular updates about his condition, how she was taking such good care of him. Then I noticed Jake's social media went quiet. He used to post constantly. Gym selfies, stupid memes, suddenly nothing for 6 weeks. Amy said he'd decided to take a break for his mental health, but his mental health seemed worse. In July, I convinced him to meet for coffee while Amy was at work. He showed up late, apologizing, said he'd almost forgotten because he was so tired. We talked for maybe 15 minutes. Then he grabbed his head, another migraine, had to go home for his medication. Amy arrived to pick him up in under 10 minutes. She worked across town. Traffic was terrible, like she'd been waiting nearby the whole time. I started keeping notes. Dates when Jake was too sick to do things. Dates when Amy posted about activities she was doing alone. Patterns emerged. Jake was always fine when Amy wasn't around. His headaches started when he made plans with us. His fatigue vanished when I showed up unexpectedly. In September, I visited when Amy had a work event. Jake answered looking healthier than I'd seen in months. We hung out for 2 hours. He seemed completely normal, energetic. Then Amy came home early. Within 15 minutes, Jake said he wasn't feeling well. That exhausted look crept back. He went to lie down. Amy walked me out with this concerned face. He's getting worse. I'm so worried. But something in her eyes didn't match her words. I couldn't stop thinking about her spreadsheet, how detailed it was, how proud she seemed. I did something I'm not proud of. I still had Jake's Netflix login from when we shared an account. I checked his viewing history, completely empty, but the account showed active sessions during times Jake said he'd been sleeping off migraines. Someone was watching and deleting the history. I checked the patterns. Every show watched during Jake's sick days was something Amy liked. That's when I knew something was very wrong. I started researching manipulation tactics and control behaviors, reading articles about relationship red flags. And then I found something that made every observation click into place. An article about a specific type of poisoning that causes exact symptoms Jake had been experiencing. Symptoms that appear and disappear based on exposure. Symptoms that are easy to fake on paperwork but hard to verify with actual medical tests. I looked back at Amy's spreadsheet she'd shown us. None of Jake's doctor visits, no test results, just her tracking his symptoms she was probably causing. I drove to their apartment immediately, used the spare key Jake gave me for emergencies. Amy wasn't home yet. I went straight to the kitchen. In the back of the cupboard behind the flour, I found a small brown bottle with no label. I photographed it and took it with me. When I got it tested at a lab, they confirmed exactly what I suspected. And what I discovered Amy had been doing to my brother for 6 months made me realize I needed to get him out immediately before this got worse. The rest of the story is on my channel or linked below.